This was the week where multiple states like Alabama, Mississippi, and Texas dropped mask mandates because, as anyone familiar with skydiving knows, once you're at 500 feet, parachutes are mostly just an accessory, bro. You just fucking... Dr. Fauci says we are due for another spike. And God damn it, I feel like that guy's all over the place. You know? Which is it? Which is it? I don't understand line graphs. Texas Governor Greg Abbott also announced that businesses will be allowed to reopen at 100% capacity, meaning that all COVID variants are now allowed inside. And that that is very important for Houston because Houston has every variant of COVID. It's like shooting the moon of the pandemic. I'm pretty sure once it has all of them, I don't know. We all get docked. We get 100 points. I'm not sure how it works. It is, as Greg Abbott said, personal responsibility. I'd call it social Darwinism. And mind you, this is just weeks after a massive snowstorm wiped out the entire electrical grid and FEMA had to swoop in with all this money to help Texas. Like, I've never been to an Al-Anon meeting, but I know when someone's enabling someone else. Like, why are we continuing to enable, like, are we just enabling Texas to kill their own people right now? Tots and prayers, guys?
I'm pretty excited about the vaccine rollout. Now we have 3 vaccines in circulation in the United States: the Pfizer, the Moderna, and the Johnson & Johnson. The Pfizer and the Moderna are 1 shot, 2 shots. Johnson & Johnson is 1 shot. I think they're misnamed. It should be the Johnson and the Pfizer and Pfizer.
So bad.
I'm sorry. I'm starting early with dad jokes. And there's like what I'm in the thick of. Emma, you don't know this. I have 7th grade twins who are my children.
Oh man, no, they're not just twins that happened along. Yeah. No.
Yeah. And so there's like, I'm in the thick throes of the debate about schools reopening, and like, people are very up in arms about it. Schools need to reopen immediately, whatever. And let me just give you a sense of, I'm not that concerned about it. Like, people are like, no, we really need schools to reopen because children are suffering. And it's like, yes, but also like, my kids are home all the time and I'm tired of them asking me where the thing is that's right in front of them. And so and just like my kids are doing fine. Like, they're like, one of my kids is non-binary. They're super into like learning about queer history and culture. So we decided that this was a good time for them to like, for us to do a deep dive as a family on the history of the AIDS crisis, Stonewall, bathhouses, hanky codes, and cruising. And at one point my kid cut us off and were like, may I remind you that I'm 12? And in the entire discussion, the thing that they objected to the most was when we were telling them about the Stonewall Inn and the Stonewall riots that launched the modern gay rights movement. They were concerned that I was assuming that the mafia who owned the Stonewall Inn were homophobic. They said, aren't you stereotyping to assume gangsters in 1960 New York were homophobic? You don't know that. And look,
that's, by the way, I think one of the only businesses I donated to directly at the start of the pandemic, because the Stonewall Inn was like, I'm going to go out. It's like, that's my favorite gay bar. That's my favorite gay bar. I'm not letting that go. I mean, it's the gay bar in my view. Yeah. Continue.
Just make it bigger.
Yeah.
Just, it's like, that's what my kids are getting. They don't have school, but they're getting, you can't get that. You don't learn about hanky codes in third period social studies. Do you know what I mean? You know what they're doing literally right now is my kid decided they wanted to read Shakespeare. So they read, and now they are watching Much Ado About Nothing. So, they're fine.
That is honestly about what we did in 5th grade is like watch Kenneth Branagh in everything and be like, who finds this guy attractive? I know I'm 12, but this man is repulsive. I do want to say a little more news. President Biden, in terms of the schools, said teachers will have gotten at least the first dose of a vaccine by the end of March, which puts every anti-vax PT mom in a bit of a pickle, right? Support a vaccine and get back to brunch and Pilates in the middle of the day, or keep believing my Facebook groups about Nato Green's bad Cuba take
Uh-huh.
and staying home with my unremarkable children. I do want to say, speaking of raising kids and children in this time, in Idaho, hundreds of Antima or anti-maskers got their kids to burn masks outside of the state capitol. Take a look.
Yeah. Destroy them! Destroy them! We don't want them in our world anymore!
I love childlike cries of destroy them. You know, it just really brings you back. It makes you want to have kids.
It brings you back specifically to the Salem witch trials, Emma. Like
Well,
just
I am
when
a
you
vampire, so I did remember that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this
I mean,
rumor on the internet that you're referring to? Or are you legit a vampire? Are you goth?
I mean, the furnace back there is to hide all of the garlic for when I kill myself.
Right.
Natch.
Right. I mean, I've been alive for like 700 years. It's time to, you know, maybe eventually once I'm done with this whole political commentary thing. I digress.
I like that. I really love watching mass child hysteria back. You know, I feel like it was time. The plagues are back. It's time to have Salem witch trials back. Mass child hysteria. Like, my daddy says you're the devil, Anthony Fauci, and he has truck nuts. You know, like that energy of disbelief and, you know, bad parenting. Have you become a patron yet? Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room is where you can directly support this show and help me make it sustainable so that I can do more of what I do best. Doing this.